A short while back, in fact, almost 6 months back now, when Ishwarji was around in his physical body, he asked me to perform some seva for him by becoming chairman of Dera Building Committee. The Dera Building Committee, DBC for short, is an organization that is constructing a meeting hall in Bruce, Wisconsin, for disciples to gather and have satsang. At present, Ishwarji's disciples don't have a permanent home or a place similar to Dera in Beas to gather and have satsang. So DBC has been working on projects to bring beloved Master Ishwarji's dream of building a Dera to fruition. Beloved Master Ishwarji predicted that future masters will give lectures here in Bruce Meeting Hall when it is completed. When the meeting hall is completed, all Ishwarji's devotees, disciples, are going to dedicate that building to his master, Huzur Maharaj Baba Sawan Singh Ji. And the meeting hall is going to be called Dera Baba Sawan Singh Ji, USA. Before Ishwarji left his physical body, he asked me to perform another seva for him by becoming chairman of Isha. Ishwarji founded Isha, his organization, to spread the teaching of Master Huzur Maharaj Baba Sawan Singh Ji. Beloved Master Ishwarji, he came to USA to take a ringside seat to watch Huzur Maharaj's predictions come true. What were his predictions? His predictions were that axis of spirituality is going to shift from east to west in a big way. East was aspiring to get all kind of creature comforts of life, wealth, and wanted to mimic West. Whereas West, although it had experienced a lot of wealth, creature comfort, was still missing something. Ishwarji had overheard great master talk to Julian Johnson and tell him that axis of spirituality is going to shift from east to west. And he was there in Dera Beas to take some of these teachings back to West. So beloved Master Ishwarji came to USA as there were seekers ready to receive his messages. As they say, when the chela is ready, Master appears. Seems like that's what happened. As you may have already seen how beloved Master Ishwarji constantly traveled and lectured. He probably traveled around the world of times, probably more than anybody I know. In fact, Ishwarji narrated this story about his mother's dream. When his mom was pregnant with him, she saw a dream where there was a doll on top of the mantelpiece on the fireplace, and the doll started moving, and it raised its hand like this and started giving lecture. So she narrated this dream to Huzur Maharaj Sawan Singh Ji, and Sawan Singh Ji said that yes, the boy you are about to have has been lecturing in the past and still going to lecture in this life as well. And that is exactly what beloved Master Ishwarji has been doing throughout his life. Actually, that reminds me another story that I heard recently directly from him. Some of other satsangis also heard this. There was a person in Canada, and he had heard about Ishwarji giving long lectures. And he knew that Ishwarji could talk at length without stopping, without any break, without, in fact, any sleep. So he asked his friends, would you like to meet such person who doesn't need a sleep? And his friends were, of course, excited. And so this person called Ishwarji to come over and give some talk. So this was a small bunch, few people just gathering in a house. So they all formed a circle. Ishwarji came and sat amongst them, and Ishwarji started giving lecture. And the lecture went on and on. So what Ishwarji said was, he noticed that in the circle, people were moving in and out and going away. And so that kept happening. And so he was a bit surprised. What's going on? Are these people not listening to the lecture? They are not interested in what I had to say? So at some point he stopped. He asked his host, what is going on? Is the lecture not interesting? His host asked him, do you know what day it is? Do you know how long you have been here? He then told him that he has been here for 7 days, continuously giving the talk. Can you imagine? And then Ishwaji then realized. He got up, he booked a flight back to New York, and he checked himself in for 3 days into the hotel, gave instruction to the folks in hotel not to bother him, not to disturb him, not to give him food, but keep the food outside. So was Ishuji's dedication to his master's message, that he would forget everything.